Well, folks, we're back again. Back in the Brownstown Studios with another episode of the Serial Vapist podcast. We have a very special guest. I'm super excited to have him in the studio tonight.
My bad.
Brandon Conant.
Yep, you got it right.
All the way from Alaska.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
pretty, wrong one there. There we are. There's Brandon. He is, I guess it's safe to say, like the founder and owner of Scarab Box Mods.
Yep.
That's fucking amazing. I sadly I don't own one. I'm trying to scrape some money together and get one. But they are fucking amazing boxes, sir. I know Jay over here. Well, there we go. Trying to get
it
these cameras
together.
up. I can't help it, man. I'm sorry. He's got like a 100 of them.
I've got two. Amber's got 3.
Somebody can't count.
No, somebody's.
She's got one more coming, too.
You guys got more than that. I've seen the pictures, unless you
She's-
like group them together or something.
She's got the DNA Mini, the OG, and the Mini Bertha.
Yeah, she's got 3. I have 2. We have 5 between us.
You'll have 6 here in the next month.
See? Share the wealth, Jay. Let me borrow one for like a day.
You know what? I would be willing to do that.
I've got an eye taste you
I
can
would
borrow.
let you.
An eye taste? I'm good.
Great battery life, great cloud production for airports.
Here's the thing: if I let you borrow a Scarab, the
Right.
day you give it back, you're going to go spend the money and buy one.
Yeah,
Guarantee it.
essentially, yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
It's one of those things where you hear about it and you're like, "Oh, that sounds really cool," and then you get one and you're like, "How the fuck did I manage without this?"
Yeah. How did I live life
Right.
without this box in my life?
You know what's crazy is I've actually had quite a few people who buy them that are like, I've always struggled between cigarettes and vaping. I'll have a cigarette here and there, and they're like, once I got one of these, just the way it vapes is so much different that now I don't want cigarettes at all.
See, and that was my thing when I first started vaping. I know I've told this story like 1,000 times, but I always started with like the Cigalikes, the blues, shit like that. And at the end of the day, I still wanted a cigarette.
Right.
Once I stepped up to like a big boy mod, you
Right.
know, I was done. I didn't
Like a
crave
Sagari
cigarettes.
150.
Yeah,
No.
like this bad boy right here. Yeah, but
Like an
yeah, I
like an
needed some
Elite 40
power.
watt.
Actually, I started out with it was the E-Leaf. I think it went up to 50. It was E-Leaf 50. Yeah,
Ballin'.
it got it.
That's hardcore.
Yeah. But also in the studio tonight, returning guest here on the Serial Vapist, Mr. Hard Hitters himself, Joshua Chitwood. What's
Hey
going
guys.
on, man?
What's up?
What's new since last time we talked to you, brother?
There's a lot going on behind the scenes. We released Modoc Frost officially last Saturday at the iHeart Vaping Expo.
How'd that
Which,
go? I'm sorry
dude,
I missed that, man.
That was the best expo I've been to ever. We absolutely loved it. Charles and I were thankful for Ground Zero putting that together. It was perfect. Dude. We released Modoc Frost there, and we were sold out of 120 mils and 3 milligram in 2 hours.
Damn.
We ended up leaving with no 3 milligram at all, and at 6 milligram we had some left. No zeros. I mean, it was absolutely insane. And I mean, we thank everybody for coming out, showing their support. And I think that a special shout out for sure to Chris McGuire.
I love Chris.
Dude, he's an awesome dude, and his advocacy at that event was phenomenal. He made sure that everybody got the point of what the event was for, because it just wasn't for fun, it's for advocacy and making sure that people understand what could happen to our industry. So, big shout out to him for all the advocacy work he did there.
Hell yeah. Like I said, I really wish I would have made it up there, but I had too much shit going on that day. It just wasn't a good day for me at all. It was actually a terrible day.
Dude, it was so much fun
Shit
though.
happens.
And
There's
the
my camera. I couldn't find my
deals-
camera. I was like, where in the crap is it? There it is. I see it. Hey, guys.
the deals that were up there was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I heard the deals were like out of this world.
Jay got some sweet deals from hard hitters, at least.
I definitely got a sweet deal from Hard Hitter, and the VCST. I'm pretty happy with the VCST.
What's that new Scarab box you're rocking
The
there,
new
Jay?
Scarab, it's a 4-cell PWM, and it's got the Baphomet on it. It's like
Baphomet.
Baphomet, whatever.
show the button area. That's got to be my favorite area. We just got the laser engraver in, so I went to town on his model a little bit.
The button's pretty sweet, and then inside the door you got the old goat head and the pentagram with 666 on it.
It's super sexy. I have to admit it is.
I'd love to take it to church.
Very sexy.
It's all about Satan.
It depends on the church.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. That's true. So, how was the flight down here, Brandon?
It was pretty ruthless. I woke up, went to work at 6:30 in the morning, Wednesday. Worked till 5, packed up, left for Anchorage, which was about 3 hours away, and it was a blizzard. So I got there at midnight. Plane left at 5. Obviously, couldn't sleep in an airport, so I spent better part of 12 and a half hours in other airports and on planes, and
Damn.
2 days of travel. Not looking forward to going back.
Can't get a direct flight. You have to
Nope.
go to 2 or 3 different airports.
I went to SeaTac, then to O'Hare in Chicago, and on the way back, I believe it's O'Hare to Portland, back up to Anchorage.
Damn.
So, and then I get there at 1:40 in the morning, then drive back down to the peninsula and sleep in the shop until
Till it's time to open.
Till work time. I don't work the shop, but I've got orders. I've got to get back to work. So
And just to clarify, you're not here just to sit in on this podcast. You're actually here for a purpose,
yes,
right?
yes, we have the first event that Scarab is officially sponsoring. It's the Club Vape Cloud Competition in Florence.
Florence, Kentucky. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Florence, Kentucky. So
They have 3 locations: Florence,
Well,
Heber, and
that's where
Taylor Mill. But the cloud comp this evening,
Yeah.
7 p.m.
Oh, no,
81
I'm just saying
Mall
we're the
Road in
competition.
Florence.
8137 Mall Road by the old Circuit City, which is now Phantom Fireworks. I feel like the fireworks that they have at Phantom Fireworks are safer than the electronics that they had at Circuit City.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably pretty accurate.
I
I'd
don't
have to
fear the
agree.
building's going to burn down now. So
I'm just sad that we can't do a what is it, a hot import nights kind of cloud comp where we got a bunch of scantily clad Asian women rocking Scarab mods walking everywhere.
there's not a lot of Asians around here.
You know what I have
That
noticed
I know
though,
of,
compared to
anyway.
where I live, is there's a lot of hot women everywhere.
No one has ever said that about the Cincinnati
No.
area.
No,
Okay, go where I live.
I don't want to
The
go to
qual-
Anchorage anymore.
Yeah, the quality of women up there must be
No,
terrible.
it's not Anchorage. I live on the peninsula, which is 3 hours away. It's like, if she's hot, you know she's got an oil field man. She's married to a BP process tech. But man, coming down here, it's like, holy cow, it's like Candyland. Oh my lord. It's like,
I got to take him to Hamilton so he can see the
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 $5
other
hookers.
side. Yeah.
yeah.
Just take him to
$5
Covington.
bucks?
Just take him to Covington. That'd be
Some
bad
of them are buy one get one free, dude. It's pretty nuts in
That's
Hamilton.
amazing.
Hey, and
Yeah,
all
buy one, get AIDS forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna say
fine.
they all come with something you can never return.
The
to.
gift
Some
that
shit
keeps on
Ajax
giving.
won't take
Take
off.
you get a
Yeah.
hooker, some White Castle, and then we'll go to an AA meeting.
we got him White Castle and Skyline already. Tomorrow I'm going to make him do Geta, or tonight I'm going to have him do Geta.
What did you think of Skyline?
I thought it was good. It's definitely very cinnamony.
Yeah,
See, I've never tasted cinnamon in Skyline, but everybody that's never had it has.
I'm a Gold Star man myself.
And then once again,
Yeah, you're fucking wrong about that. We've had this discussion before.
so
We
much,
have.
so much fine ass walking around that place. It was like I didn't know if I should eat the chili or go eat that chili.
Did you take him to Skyline and Independence?
Taylor Mill.
Oh, okay.
We came from Erlanger, so.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry. I'll stop the booty talk on the podcast.
Oh,
No, we don't really
One
mind
track
that.
mind.
You can say whatever you want, really. I try to keep it a little clean. I got another podcast for that.
Have you watched my live feeds?
Yeah, I have.
I have. I have.
Oh, man. When people tell us that they watch them in their vape shops, and it's like, what are you really like? You trying to get sued or get us sued?
So, tell me. I mean, obviously you haven't been a box mod builder your entire life. How did you get into the business of building boxes?
Well, I'm a custom metal fabricator by trade. High-end, turbines for the pipelines. I've done all kinds of welding, everything you can think of, and fabricating. And when I started vaping, eventually I gravitated, through the tube mod market, and then found box mods. And I don't remember how I found lipos, but I didn't like the quality I was getting, and so I was like, I bet I can make this better. So I took the one I had apart, found better parts, and then
Reverse engineered it.
I
Essentially.
reverse engineered it. Then I, looked through schematics, figured out, read up on them, figured out how they work. I was like, well, it's not super easy. It is a little complicated. But once you get it down, I just fine-tuned it to where it's something that I deem acceptable to show people. Like, if I don't like the way it looks, you won't ever see it. I don't want people to see it and be like, oh, this looks like everybody else's. Fuck this.
Right.
I want people to open it and be like, wow, that is clean. That is nice. You know, I trust this. That's the biggest thing in the vape industry, especially with all the bad CNN videos we get, is watch this explode. I don't ever want to see somebody with that problem with the box mod.
Have you ever had a problem with one of your box mods that was unsafe at all?
The only thing that you'll experience is like the MOSFET in it. They're made in China. And if they have a bad batch, it might auto-fire at best. But the battery I use, which is what I recommend to be used, and you'll void your warranty if you use other ones, I've tried to blow them up. If you've ever seen my Drunk Vapes YouTube.
I have seen that.
So I've never actually had one of these mods go full atomic on somebody. And I've pushed them to the brink. I've put them up over 210 amps to the chip. So I trust them, you know. I have my mom vaping one.
That's
a
pretty
PWM.
impressive. Damn.
You know. So, yeah,
Your boxes are sexy, I'll give you that.
I try to fashion them after myself. So, thank you.
You do a good job, sir.
I do.
Hence the Big Bertha.
You can thank my parents. Hence the backpack vape.
The backpack vape is insane.
8 4-cells.
8 4-cell
parallel,
lipos.
17,600 mAh. 132 volts, I believe.
Is that something you can actually purchase?
Yeah, $1,200.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to get it through TSA next time.
Good luck with that.
They stopped me at TSA just to look at the mods I was bringing. I was flying up with 3 Scarabs and then the eye taste, and they were standing around like, "Whoa, these are crazy." And Chris, say his last name again.
Chris Jan.
I always want to say Jan.
The Vaporsmith.
I let him use my DNA 250 mini Bertha that's fully laser engraved like his.
That's a dual 3S.
Yeah, they're parallel 3S. Because the board is will only accept 3S. It won't accept 4S. But
There's battery life for fucking days.
Damn.
I think we got a minimum of 3 days dripping at 250 watts. So we'll see.
Jesus.
When I gave it to him, I had vaped it all day yesterday, and I gave it to him I forget what time last night, 6?
It's around 6:30.
And it was still at 11.9, and the plateau for the battery is 11.4, where you'll see all your battery life. So it'd be a true testament. I guarantee I won't get the mod back.
It's one of those things where when you have it, like you want to buy it immediately. Like once you've had it for a little bit. Because like when me and Amber first hooked up with him, it was for like a modeling contest, and we had never heard of the brand. We had never used lipo mods, and I was like, you might as well. You know what I mean? Worst case scenario, it sucks, and you take 2 pictures a week. Big
Right.
deal. You know what I mean? It's not going
Right.
to cost us anything, at least. And then she and I kind of passed it between us for a day, and I was like, everything else we have is garbage. Like, this is, other than my rig wasn't garbage, and the Limitless 2 is not garbage.
That modeling contest, I remember that, and they put in some serious effort for everybody they knew to join the page and like her picture.
Yep.
And I was like, this is absolute crap. These people are shady as hell. Like,
I was one of those people. Thank you.
well, her and Jay, and then, after I actually got to know them and have been dealing with them, I was blessed, like, more than I could have ever asked for. Like, they're definitely amazing people.
Jay and Amber's good people, man.
The team we have now for Scarab is just an incredible team. Lots of hardworking people that do way more than I asked them to.
How long?
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been doing the box mods?
Over a year. For lipos, probably about, let's say, close to 2 for box mods in general.
Right.
I just built them before for fun, but actual, like, doing it as a business since I broke my neck in August. That's when it was like, I can't weld right now, so let's see if we can make this pay the bills. And it's just taking off.
I was gonna say it's blown the fuck up.
It's massive.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom can't even go to the grocery store without people like, "You're Scarab's mom, right?" Like, I have a name.
It's that Scarab dude. That's his mom.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's also pretty annoying, going
Yeah,
places.
I guess it would be to a certain degree.
Plus having a head tattoo, so it's like they start with the scarf and they're like, what the?
So
Did
is
that hurt?
Is Bam Bam Bigelow your dad? Did you get that?
I get Tank Abbott.
Does Tank have head tattoos?
No.
Yeah, Bam Bam did. He had
Yeah.
the fire.
Yeah, he died, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baby Bigelow died. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
So
hopefully I don't. Jeez.
anything's possible, man.
I got 14 and a half hours back. Let's not jinx this now.
So of all your boxes that you make, what is your go-to favorite? Like, this is my box. This is the one I do all the time.
There would be the stab wood. Lights up and
Stabwood is
everything.
fucking beautiful.
It's definitely. I had never used anything that was regulated except for a snow wolf, and then like the Ego pen that I started with when I started vaping. The stab wood has become my daily. I pretty much effectively stopped dripping, just because I don't have the convenience of time with a soldering iron in one hand and flux or solder in the other hand. So reaching over and grabbing this, and I've beat the living daylights out of this mod, and it's still in great condition.
It looks brand new. How old is that box?
When did I start those?
Like 3 months ago, probably.
No, I believe they started shipping in November. This was November, December. This was number 1, so it has the most issues.
So
you
yeah,
could
like
say.
that would be
Yeah.
like 3 months. It's February. November, December, January.
Dude, time is like null and void in my world. I'm at work every day from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Like, I don't even know what day of the week it is most of the time.
Today's Saturday.
Today's Saturday. Yeah,
Well, I got it right now. I'm on quote-unquote vacation, even though
You're on Kentucky time now.
Yeah, and my brain still wakes up on Alaska time.
I believe
It's
it.
super fun. But, no, and now I'm doing another run of stab woods, and now that I did the first run and people have those, the next run, they're going to be quite a bit different, but they're going to be just as incredible, And one thing I think that really sets them apart is putting the lights inside. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do that.
Yeah, the lights with that that resin is
Right.
fucking sweet.
It's really awesome when you're doing a drunk Walmart trip with your friends and you're so drunk that you think it's a lightsaber. The sober driver doesn't like the idea of it, but it's a really great time. I can attest to that.
That sounds like it'd be a blast.
Yeah, it was good times. But yeah, no, every single mod I build, I like them all. They're all my favorite, except for obviously, like, I would never carry around a Bertha all day. Some people do, but that's just some people can't grasp in pictures.
I know some people. I don't want to like point fingers or turn the camera on anybody that'll carry on a fucking Bertha all day.
I probably wouldn't. Man, the Bertha's big. Like the mini Bertha I can do. The full size Bertha is 2 4S's, man.
Yeah, but when you first got that,
It
you-
felt
you-
that big, yeah.
you rocked it like forever then.
Well, that's what's funny is Dave walked in the back, and right after I had essentially told him that I'm almost out of Bertha enclosures, I've got to start printing them or something. He walked in back and he was like, "Wait a minute, aren't these Bertha enclosures?" And I was like, "Yeah, it seems small." Like, dude, you rock a mini Bertha all day. Like, you've upgraded what your brain thinks is small, and then like you hold a mini and it's like, well, this is a little bitch mod,
Well, the mini Bertha feels big at first, but after you carry it around a couple days, it's really not that unwieldy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's something that
Right.
the size of it, like you're not putting it in a pocket. But
No.
you shouldn't put fucking
Yeah, you
mods
shouldn't
in
put it in a
pockets
pocket
anyway.
Yeah,
I would never do that.
I'm guilty of that, but only for like short periods of time.
I do too. Back pocket all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, if
That's
I'm
why I
walking from
use
like
these
the
buttons.
van to the house or something.
You can't push them.
I used
unless
to-
you're pushing them.
I used to
Yeah.
put my rig in my pocket all the time, but it's got a recessed button.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I never have anything else in that pocket with it.
Right.
Still not a good idea, but not as dangerous as carrying something with a button that protrudes,
Right.
or like an able where the button is not recessed into it.
Like your
That's super
DNA.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
can't put
just
the
like
can't put the DNA in a pocket. That fucking button sticks out for
the,
sure.
The nipple button.
It's beefy
That's
ass
a-
shit.
That's a funny looking button.
So, how long have you been vaping? Essentially, what got you started vaping?
Well, I was an iron worker in Portland, and I was smoking my 2 packs a day at Camel Wides, and our scheduler for our projects, he's this little little Hispanic guy walked out with this tube mod. I was like, "Hey, you ever tried vaping?" And I was like, "No, that stuff's gay, dude. Get it away from me. Like, that's stupid. Just smoke a cigarette." He was like, "No, try it." And I hit it, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's got some nicotine to it. Like, hell yeah. Where do you buy this stuff?" And I went to the local head shop, and they had little ego pens, and I bought a 24 Nic, and I just bought in Halo 3. Just upgraded my computer to run Halo 3, and I was like, this is Thanksgiving weekend. I'm just going to sit inside and do this all day, because I didn't smoke in my house.
Right.
And effectively 3 years ago, Thanksgiving Day, I quit smoking because I wanted to play Diablo. And
Uninterrupted.
Yes. And I did that for the whole weekend, and I haven't smoked since. It definitely, the biggest change was my health. You know, being a welder, we had respirator fit test, testing lung capacity, and seeing the actual change in my health is amazing. I'll never go back.
Yeah, it's definitely not something I would go back to. Like, since I started vaping, occasionally I'll do like a Rillo or a cigar of some kind.
Right.
And like, I went to a couple concerts over the summer, and there was a dude standing there, and I was like, "Yeah, let me get a cigarette for you, man." And then I smoked, and I was just like, "God, this tastes like shit."
Right.
And then immediately, as soon as I vaped again, I was like, "Oh, so much better."
I did that drunk at a bar. I was like, "Hey, let me get one of those smokes," and I like 2 drags, and I was feeling sick. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how I started this. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. We used to lace them with pot. And then we developed a cigarette addiction to it.
Oh shit.
7th grade was wild.
What's the vape scene like up in Alaska? I mean, I can imagine
It's just him and Dave.
Is that it?
Him, Dave, 7 caribou, 2 moose, and a bear.
We've
And
got,
s-
we've got 3 bears. We've got 3 bears.
counting you and Dave?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The vape scene's massive. What's
In all fairness, everyone in Alaska is massive.
not true? Not true.
Everybody shits on the Midwest. I finally get a chance to shit on a different region, so that's what I'm going to do.
Shit on the coolest state of the whole union.
Definitely the coldest.
It's definitely the coldest.
Definitely the coldest. Yeah. The vape scene is massive, though. The amount of vapors we have in such a small population is amazing. And what's really cool is our local doctors and hospital support us fully. They'll send people, with heart disease, lung issues, cardiovascular. All those doctors and surgeons send people in to start vaping and stuff.
See, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have 80-year-old people walking in, so my doctor said that I can do this instead of smoke and it won't hurt me. And that right there is a testament to the vape industry, is when some guy who went to college for 15 years to specialize in this kind of thing is recommending this.
I just read a story about a heart doctor in New England that opened up a vape shop.
Yeah.
Heart surgeon, yeah. That was really cool. I really, really like that we're getting all this backlash from the FDA and the government because it's all about money.
That's all it is.
But the actual people who know and who do the research are supporting it. When a doctor says, this is good for you versus this will help your symptoms, that's a big difference. When they prescribe a medication, usually they're being paid to prescribe that.
Right.
Whereas vaping, they're not getting any kickbacks except for they're trying to help the people, It's incredible. And our local vape scene, tobacco is a big industry in Alaska. It's one of the states that's paid by the tobacco industry to actually sell cigarettes. And vaping is effectively destroying that at a rapid rate in Alaska.
Fuck
Good.
yeah.
And we love it. More and more new people every day. It's cool. And what's really awesome is so many people on the peninsula have scarabs now that people for their first vape will walk in and buy a scarab. They don't care.
That's a big jump from
Yeah.
being like a smoker to walking in and being like, I'm a scarab owner now.
Well, it's kind of like buying a High Point or a 1911 Springfield.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for in the end.
Right.
Right, and people are afraid of them because there's certain rules that you have to follow on a PWM box. Like on the DNA, anybody can do it. It's a great first vape. A DNA 250, I think is.
Oh yeah.
But I think the problem is a lot of people don't listen, and I think that's what scares, people from away from saying, hey, no, it's fine to get a PWM as your first mod, because they know that fucking idiot's going to go home and just crank that bitch up. You know what I mean? Past whatever.
What's this do?
Yeah. I'm not getting enough. This Cleto 120 at 50% is not giving me enough. And then the next thing you know, they've burned out their mouth because...
Well, it's called being responsible.
Yeah,
with
no,
your vape.
yeah, people don't listen though. That's what I'm saying. That's
Why I created the manual for it.
If
Which I don't know any other box modder that has a manual for their PWM mod, but it was like, I'm tired of answering questions redundantly over and over again. So here's a manual. And then when people contact me right after they get their mod, and they're like, so what can I vape the battery down to? Did you read the manual? No. I paid a lot of money for those things, bro. Wherever it is, go find it. I don't care if it's at the dump. Go find it.
What you need to do is, like, when you ship them, wrap them in like a security plastic and put on there in like big letters, like, please read the manual.
I'm going to have to, because common sense is not so common.
That's true.
But I can tell you right now that I have people in their 50s. I don't know about 60s, but I know people in their 50s are rocking the PWMs perfectly fine. They follow the guidelines. They know when to charge them. They are a mechanical mod, so it's all relative. You build for the mod, or you stick a tank on it. And the perk to it is, if what I recommend is above 0.1, and it'll always keep you away from the maximum of 3,500 watts. But if you stick a 0.1 or above on it, start it at 0 and start turning it up and see where you like the vape. You know, it'll never tell you no. Like, we started the Scarab Challenge. It's kind of a promotional thing. Hey, who can hit their mod at 3,500 watts? And therein is the, common sense thing, is people were starting to hurt themselves. And it was like, we need to stop this before somebody legitimately ends up in the hospital.
I've hit one at 100%.
With a .08 on it.
Yeah.
A 3-cell. It was OG.
I can't do it. Like, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, no, it's not enjoyable.
No.
But you fucking did it.
Yeah. I got that notch in my belt.
That's
right.
the whole point. Like,
Yeah.
we were taking them to shops everywhere. Like, here, hit this at 50. And you're like, damn, that's a lot. All right, now hit it at 100.
Well,
I don't know.
I like when people are like, oh, there's no such mod that can do 3,500 watts. And it's like, okay, here's Ohm's law. That tells you what it is. Here's 100%. Tell me if that's 500 watts. And they hit it, and they'll press the button, and it's fire.
Right then, yeah.
Instead of tapping the button. And they won't even give you enough time to say, just tap the button. They're just like, and it's like, oh.
I'm pretty sure that's how Jay got me the first time at Club Vape. I'm almost positive that's what happened.
That's a fun way to go, man.
Yeah, I that was before we sponsored them and whatnot. And I remember coming in, and he was just like, check out this. And I'm like, okay, cool. What is it? He's like, oh, it goes up 3,500 watts. I'm like, suck a dick. And yeah, he got me with it, and I didn't tap. I pressed and held, and I never want to do that again.
We had this kid. We coined the phrase "sucking Satan's dick" because this kid came in. I don't know why, but I was feeling froggy that day. I was like, "I'll give you a discount on a bottle of juice if you can hit this at 100." And he was like, "Deal." And he goes, "I'll rip it fat." And before we could explain anything to him, he primes the coil and then starts sucking in. And as he's
Yeah,
sucking
he fucking
in,
purged it.
he-
Fucking blew through it.
yeah, you could see him pulling it away in a funnel of fire going to his mouth. And it was like, both Dave and I jumped up and started running towards him. And he politely sets the mod down, which I would have chucked that at me. Like, I would have been like, fuck you. But it just starts drooling and coughing everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get sued. Dave's freaking out. And like,
Was that worth the discount, motherfucker?
after it was done, the dude's like, that was like crazy amazing. Like, what the fuck?
Amazing.
That's
Because-
a dumb kid.
Well,
A
it
dumb
was-
dude. An adult.
He's really not. It was just like, you'd never see that kind of power out of
Right.
any mod.
Right. I can dig it.
You can put a .00 on your tube mod, and it'll be hot, but it's not going to be like that.
Right.
That is literally like the bowels of Satan shooting into your mouth, like after eating White Castle.
Amber did it through a TFV8.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Done that.
How'd that go for?
Well, Derek had like a 3-ohm build almost, and he had it running on his Trip Series box at 100%. And I was like, well, let's see what the difference between a LiPo is and the Trip Series at 100%. And the ramp on the Trip Series was there. Like, you could count one before you saw anything fire off of it. The lipo is completely different. As soon as you hit that button, it fucking is producing vapor. And so Derek and I sat there hitting it like that for a minute. Like, that's really cool to be able to use it at 100% for an enjoyable vape, and knowing it's crushing the battery. You know what I mean? Like, destroying the battery life. And so we took it off, put it back on his Trip Series box, and I handed Amber her mod back, and she put her TFV8 on it and just hit it.
Wow.
I had a guy
it was
do
not
that to me.
good. It was
I bet
not
you
good.
needed a new coil there.
Oh,
yeah, immediately.
It welds the coil off.
Does it?
It's too
That's
small
hilarious.
of a coil for it.
That's awesome.
I've gone through. Most people assume that I build everything start to finish, but like the PWM chip, I actually buy from somebody somewhere in the Midwest. He makes them, and I trust his chips. But one time he sent me a bad batch, like whatever components he got, like the onboard MOSFET or timer was out, and so you take like 2 or 3 normal hits, and then all of a sudden the mod would 100% fire on you. And so that's when I had just built Amber's Mini Bertha. And so I was like, well, I'm going to take this home and make sure it works, because I'm not going to send her a mod that just destroys her. And so I'm driving home, and this is right after my car accident, so I'm in this neck brace, and next thing I was like blacking out, driving down the road. It's the middle of winter, so it's hard enough to drive anyway, pitch blackout.
Isn't it always winter in Alaska, though?
No way, man. The summers are incredible.
Well, what's the temperature get like?
70 on the peninsula.
Oh,
on
that's beautiful.
The North Slope, 100.
Really?
Which is the Arctic. It gets hotter than you ever want to feel.
That's crazy.
Because 100 up there,
Well, the atmosphere's thin.
the
so
atmosphere is different, so it feels like 200. But in the winter, it's negative 80. It's a ruthless environment.
I don't ever want to go there.
The peninsula,
Not to that
though,
part.
the peninsula of Alaska is a lot like the northwest of the U.S. It's a good spot to be. There's a lot of precipitation, but it's beautiful. I mean, where else can you go and see peaks of mountains, 13 hours away from you? Like, we can see Denali from Anchorage, and it's like a 13-hour drive.
I've watched lots of movies that are based, well, they're probably not even in Alaska, but you'll see some scenes and stuff there. It's always been gorgeous.
Yeah, and
Yeah, no, it's
world-class
beautiful.
fishing, world-class hunting. There's a lot to do in the summer, but the winters are stupid boring. All you have to do is the Alaskan stereotypical get drunk and ride snow machines. Shoot guns. That's about it.
I can't do that legally.
Yeah, me either.
That's why
We can ride snow machines.
That's why it's
Do we have a
Alaska.
sleepover and we'll ride snow machines?
Yeah. No, I got a lot of friends with really cool snow machines.
I've never even seen one, to be honest.
I saw
I've seen them, but I've
Polaris.
never seen one in front of my face.
Oh, I thought we were talking about guns.
No, we're talking about snow machines.
Oh, snow machines are awesome, especially when you're super drunk and like a cop finds you going down the highway and you have to figure out how to get away from that cop so you don't get a DUI.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that I would ever do something like that.
That sounds bad on
Yeah.
my end.
No, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great people up there. It's still a small town, so like when I broke my neck in my accident, it was immediately everybody was like, "What do you need?" And I had to move from my cabin out in the middle of nowhere into town because I needed a single floor living space because I couldn't walk upstairs or anything. And everybody pitched in, brought all these trucks and trailers, moved all the stuff over to my house, and it was pretty incredible. Everybody.
That's a real sense of community up there, man.
Well, even my work, they took a collection of money. Like, you want to pitch in to help Brandon out with his bills.
That's pretty amazing.
That's
they,
awesome.
They collected like $1,300 for me.
Damn.
It's incredible. That's one thing I like about it is it's still what America was.
Right.
America has learned to split itself apart from people. Nobody likes, Joe Schmo walking down the street. If he says something to you, it's like, we're up there. If some random stranger walks up, you sit there and have an hour-long conversation with them.
Right.
It's really cool. I like that side of it. But I'm ready to live in a place where there's painted-on jeans everywhere. Oh man,
This area is not where you want to live, I'll tell you that.
dude! But I'm telling you, there's a buffet around here.
You got to be careful, though, man, because what you think is an all-you-can-eat buffet is actually,
Arby's.
Dick.
yeah.
It's actually Arby's.
You just got to be careful, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's cool. It's different seeing something like this. I've never seen, even living in LA or Portland. They're not this big.
We've been kind of giving him, in a lot of places, you got like the metro area and then nothing. You know what I mean? Here,
Right.
you got the metro area and then suburbia stretches on for hours in every direction.
Right.
So yeah, it's a big area.
Well, that flight from Chicago down here, it was just insane.
Just fields, right?
Dude, no, people. Like
Oh.
houses, lights, everything. It was like, holy crap.
Right. So, Hard Hitters is also sponsoring the comp tonight.
We are.
We kind of,
Oh, sorry.
No. Yes.
we kind of we were talking about the comp briefly, and then we got way sidetracked, and now we're talking about butt again. So I figured this is a great time.
One track mind.
Good way to bring it back, Chase.
Bring
Thank
it
you.
back, and so the grand prize for the Cloud Comp is a full line
Yes.
of Hard Hitters. What size?
30 mils.
30 mils, and the Scarab OG, and then 5150 also threw in.
We have to be careful because apparently there was some drama saying because there's a box mod company called 5150 Mods. This is 5150
Vapes,
Vapes.
the store.
in Alaska. We're not trying to get your business. They sponsored, I believe, a Mason 30 mil or 40 mil dump tank.
I think 30 is what you said.
30 mil
before,
dump
yeah.
tank, wire, cotton. We didn't do juice because you're sponsoring. And we also, I threw in a fast charger, like yours, the Turnigi AccuCell 6.
The fancy chargers are nice.
Dude, they're night and day. I can't get over those little blue ones that beep until you take it off the charger. The fancy ones, they just
Oh, hell
stop.
with that.
They just stop. It's like spend the extra, $30 to get the nice one.
And it plays my favorite song. Yeah, that's my favorite song. It absolutely is. But and then there's a trick comp also, and the prize for the trick comp is I believe a full line of Hard Hitters
Yes,
and
sir.
a $40 gift card to Club Vape.
Damn, you went like next level. I feel like a puss now. I only donated one thing.
Well,
Dude, I
when
felt
we-
bad for doing 30s instead of 120s.
I would.
So,
I'm joking. Not really.
So yeah, it starts at 7. I believe we're doing the trick comp first. There's going to be raffles. Tons of companies donated stuff for the raffles, and that money is going to KFSA, I believe it's the initials, Kentucky Smoke Free Association. There's stuff from Holdfast. There's stuff from Ohm's Law. There's stuff from Global.
we brought some stuff for that too.
Some hard hitters in that.
Damn, man.
I'm trying to think of what else there is.
There's something else because I brought 3 full lines. And then the stuff for the raffles.
That's an incredible amount of stuff to win.
Yeah, with the raffles, it'll be all split up.
But
So-
a raffle's still winning, bro.
Yeah,
I'm in that.
yeah.
I need to get me some more hard hitters.
We'll take care of that later.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me outside.
He's going to hit you hard.
Can't have a gun, but I can have a baseball bat.
I don't even know if that's allowed either, to be honest. I don't even say the word gun because I'm scared.
Right? Yeah, I'm the same way, man.
They be watching, you know.
NSA, son.
Yeah, the NSA is listening.
Just go silent. Like, I'm not talking no more.
Nope.
But yeah, no, it'll be a ton of fun, and there's money being raised for advocacy. And if you're listening or watching the live feed and you've never been to a cloud comp, go and check it out. It's silly, it's fun. There are people that take it real seriously, but most people just go out and have fun, and it's silly, and you hang out with other people that do the same shit that you do, and you can win some free shit in the raffles. And dude, the first time we went to a cloud comp, like I didn't comp, I just got in the raffles, dude, and I dropped $40 in the raffle and didn't spend another dime on a single vape product for like a month. Just happened to be luck of the draw.
I don't win anything except for speeding tickets and felonies. And
Those are
weird
easy to
stuff.
win, though, really.
Those are the fun
I
ones.
can't win
though.
anything good, so I tend to stay away from raffles. I went to the casino for the first time in ever. About 2 weeks ago to Belterra, get some crab legs with my business partner, and we won like $60 at the casino. We rolled out real fast. I was like, $60 is $60. I'm out.
Right.
So that just goes to show I don't win anything. It's bad.
I try to, I'm always, back in the day, I always joined in waffles, and I'd always lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll put a mod up for waffle, and I'm like, shit, I wish I could buy in on that. I really don't want to sell it, but I really want their money. So if I buy one spot and I win, is it technically stealing the money from the people?
I feel like it probably is.
I had that happen one time. I won something that I actually sold to a shop, and I won that waffle. And I only had one ticket in it, and
That's awesome.
I kind of felt bad. I was like, just pass it on to the next guy.
Right. I'm excited. This is going to be the first official cloud comp I've been to. I went to one at our little store in Alaska, and it was kind of unfair. I just stomped everybody. I won 3. I entered 3 classes, won all 3 classes out of 4. But this will be the first time I'll officially be in like a big group of vapors doing stuff that these people love to do. It'll be fun, especially being around people who, this is your industry, like hard hitters. It's pretty cool to meet other business owners because it's such a hard industry to compete in. There's so many other manufacturers that are constantly competing for your customer.
Well, there's a ton of manufacturers here in this area.
I've noticed.
I mean, there's tons of them
At
across
least,
the country, but
30 juice manufacturers in Cincinnati?
it's got to be.
It,
That's not even counting like the clandestine
yeah,
DIYers.
It's pretty big. It's definitely huge here. We got a lot of competition, but you know what? For the most part, it's friendly competition.
Right.
Most of the juice companies out there are pretty tight together. There's
I think
drama.
having the common enemy of the government right now, I think helps that a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
If we don't stick together, we're fucked. You
Yeah,
know?
It's not possible to not stick together at this point.
Yeah,
And,
we
you
have
know,
to.
I mean, and Cincinnati used to be filled with drama in the vape scene. Like it was drama, and that might be before your time, Jay. But you might remember. I don't know. It was rough for a while. Like Tri-State Vapors, a Facebook group. I wouldn't even sign on to it because there was always somebody calling somebody out, always somebody bashing this company or that company, and it was bad. It's gotten a lot better over the past, I'd say, 6 months, and people are starting to get along better. We've got a lot of great relationships with other shops, shops we're not even
Most
in.
of the shops get along with each other. Most of them.
Most.
And we have to. Advocacy is number one right now. It
Right.
has to be. Because like there's all kinds. Like the lady from Pennsylvania that was at iHeart.
Yeah.
And she said the government agents came into her shop, counted everything she had, and demanded 60% of the value for all of it.
No way.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
And she
What?
said they weren't nice about it.
I wouldn't be nice.
It wasn't like a business transaction for them. It was like they acted like it was personal, like the vaping industry's doing something wrong, and that's what they're trying to pass in Ohio right now.
Wow.
It's
Except for
60
more.
Yeah, it's like 69% or something
It's-
crazy.
See,
like
that's
that.
that's retarded. When you take a 30 ml bottle of juice, which is not the equivalent to a carton of cigarettes, and you make it the cost more than a carton of cigarettes.
It's so bad that we can't sell anywhere in Pennsylvania right now.
They're trying to kill
I've got,
the industry.
I've got 2 shops in Pennsylvania that are ready to take our juice in, but they can't. It's 40% right now is the stock the sales floor fee or whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's how it is in Cali
so
too.
you can't really sell there, and it sucks because some of these 2 shop owners actually are ordering juice from us on a regular basis for their personal use, and they want it there, but they can't have it.
Right.
And it's like, how do we beat that? What do we do? Do we give you the juice and let you sell it? But then there'll be some, well, this is sketchy. You got juice for $1 a bottle. How the hell did that work?
Right.
So it's just something we're just waiting on. And I know it's going to get taken care of. I mean, it can't possibly make it through the way it's been. And I know they're doing some work and making some efforts. I know that Ohio's really screwed right now if that all goes into effect, but we've got OHVTA battling for us. So
That's James Jarvis, right?
James Jarvis
James
is
Jarvis.
the president now.
You run across James Jarvis, ask that dude what you can do in Ohio to stop the state from crushing the vaping industry in Ohio, and do your part. It's your responsibility.
He's got a thing running right now. I don't know details on it. I've been so busy with this Modoc Frost thing that I've not touched Facebook in like a week. So I know there's something going on right now where they want you to give your story. So if
I think it's Vapor Hub is the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's something to do with that. I can't remember exactly what it is, guys. But if you ask James Jarvis or just browse through TSV, I know there's stuff in there.
Posting about
Chris
it.
McGuire. I know they're posting about it, and I just don't have the details on it, so I'm sorry, but I know it's there.
Well, and for people up in our area, Safada, you guys, if you can spend $250 on one of my mods, you can donate to Safada. Plain and simple. If you can spend money on a bottle of juice, put $1 into your local advocacy groups. That $1 times however many vapors in your area is a massive amount of money, and it's nothing to us. That's just not buying a pack of gum. however much it costs here. Shit, you know. But I just know that it's kind of sad to watch the lazy end of it. You know, where people just want to vape, they don't want to get involved. It's like you really don't even have to get involved. All you have to do is just help with our representatives. You know, the people we're paying to do this and help fight for us. You know, or else we're gonna see it die, plain and simple. It's too much money for tobacco and pharmaceuticals.
I don't think at this point, with everybody that vapes in the United States right now, I think the government could shut everybody down. I don't think vaping is going to go away. I just think it'll go underground.
It'll turn.
That's exactly what'll happen.
It'll turn bootleg.
I'm telling you right now, I'll be selling hard hitters out of the back of my Explorer. I don't give a shit.
I'll still be building mods. Oh yeah, like I was telling Jay earlier on the way over, the parts that are in my mod, I can order. Plain and simple, I can build PWMs from the ground up.
You know, the sad part is, if it went to that, we'd make more money. But
Oh,
I don't
yes.
want that to happen.
Yeah.
I want us to freely be able to walk into our favorite shops, buy whatever it is we want or need, and let that be that. I mean, I'm
Right.
all for, you know, paying my taxes because I want to see our communities grow. I want to see, you know, our roads get paved and crap like that. So I'm all for it. But if they push us into a black market, it's just going to screw them even harder because it's still going to be happening, and we're going to be making a lot more money doing it.
And they're not going to get any tax money from
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that was always my thing with weed too. I mean, I
Yeah.
never smoked pot really, I ever. So I mean, I could care less
that.
about
Are
it.
you selling that out of the back of your Explorer too?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
There's some blue crystals and everything else. So, but yeah, like I was. It's just stupid. Like, why not tax this stuff and make money off of it to pave our roads,
A
rebuild our
reasonable
bridges?
tax.
Well, look at
Yeah.
Not
a
a tax
reasonable
designed
tax.
to smash the
look
industry.
at Colorado. What was their first month in what they made in tax? It was
Yeah, no, it's insane.
it was like
Yeah.
10 or 13 million or something.
It's absolutely
like
nuts, and I don't understand why we're not doing that. And what in the hell are we thinking in Ohio, especially? It was up for ballot like last year or whatever and failed, and I was just so disappointed.
It passed the last time through the
And-
state house, but
Yeah,
you gotta
but you
vape
got to
it.
vape it. But then they want to ban vaping because that's real smart. Let's just do that.
right?
Here,
Or-
you can do it this way, but you can't do it that way anymore.
that. Well, and look at what they did with CBD. Now it's a class 1 narcotic. Excuse me, it doesn't get you high. Like all it does is essentially like a strong ibuprofen. I used that when I broke my neck because the Percocets. You know, I couldn't take Percocets while I was sleeping, but the minute I'd wake up, reach over and grab my dripper with the CBD on it, hit it a couple times, and my body would loosen up, and then I could actually get up. Like, it's so ridiculous how the route they're taking with this is so
Exactly.
incredibly wrong.
You can't buy, you know, marijuana or CBD and stuff like that, but you can go to a doctor that's legitimately a douchebag that'll just prescribe you whatever you ask for,
Right.
and that's perfectly legal.
They'll give you legal heroin.
Yeah, legal heroin. Let's make a safe place for everybody to shoot up.
Dude,
And-
last year the FDA cleared OxyContin use for people as young as 8 years old.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the hell is that?
Ridiculous. That's the FDA making money. That's all it is.
See, but I think, you know, and to kind of tie it in, I think that the community events like Cloud Comps, I think those are important, though, because this is where you can actually get people together and talk about it, whereas we kind of do it on our Facebook here and there, and we talk about it a little bit, but when you show a community moving together to do stuff, granted, people are there for the free stuff. That's
Right.
pretty much
That's-
the main drive.
Absolutely.
But if you can also push your advocacy there, it also helps it, you know?
Right, and if you can reach one person, that's a start.
That's massive.
You know, and at iHeart, Chris was super huge on that. He'd be like, "Who wants free shit?" to get everybody's attention,
Right.
and then he would be like, "You got to listen to this first." And then he would give his, you know, facts and figures on what's happening in Ohio, and then he brought the lady from Pennsylvania up, the lady from Tidal Distro. But yeah, no, I think that's a real good thing, and that's why the events, whether it's cloud comps or just having music at a shop or late night vapes or whatever it is, it is a way to get everybody together and say, hey, there's some shit that's important, because everybody feels like it's not going to happen to them. You
Right.
know what I mean? And whether it's people who get DUIs and wreck and die, you know what I mean?
Well,
Those
half of it.
those people don't think it's going to happen to them.
I don't want to talk about that.
But so I mean, it's the same thing like with battery safety. If I can
Oh,
carry
man.
batteries in my pockets, it's fine. You know what I mean? Until it's not.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the same thing with the laws coming in. People, well, it won't happen here.
That's the mentality that America has now, though, is that it won't happen to me.
You
It'll
know
never
what?
happen to me.
I'll say one thing for where I live is enough people would just put $5 in or $1 in, and we did like our thing is Safada up there, and they came out with these tube mods. 100% of the proceeds went to Safada, and our lobbyist straight up shut Alaska down on 70%, and we're doing it again. We raised enough money for this guy to go in and say no, and that's huge for a state that's paid by the tobacco industry to sell cigarettes. So if our tiny little 750,000 person population can do it, with way less vapors, these big areas should be able to do it hands down, no problem. So there's no excuse for somebody not to, donate or activate, be a total activist about it.
Call your senators, call your congresspeople, call your state house people.
Sign the petitions. It takes you 5 minutes. You're already on Facebook. What are you gonna? How about that? Well, how about you go sign that petition? Cash me outside, bro. Oh man.
Why are we making that chick famous, by the way?
Why the fuck not? She's glorious.
Glorious.
She is glorious. I
totally
love that
agree.
little girl.
Oh,
Dude, she's like 13.
I know.
Man.
I said I love that little girl. I didn't say that chick's
in
hot.
love.
She's glorious. She's
Well, no,
awesome.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like she shouldn't be acting that way
Dude,
for
that
being a
shit last
13.
night-
You know what? She's not my kid. I think it's hilarious.
Right.
I love it when other people's kids
Hey,
are
touche.
bad.
I'll give
Spank
you
your
that.
kids.
Yeah.
Spank your kids.
Dude, that chick would be murdered by now.
Did you
There's
see?
no way.
Did you see her thing with
Dude,
Dr.
she's
Phil last
so
night?
Dude, I watched
funny.
the whole.
I made
Was
you.
she on it already again?
Yeah, last
Yeah.
night, and she was like, "I made you famous like Oprah did the first time." Whoa. And all he goes is, "Thank you for that." Like, how do you respond to this? Like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, you 12-year-old. Like, oh man.
I
He's
saw
a
the-
bald dick anyway. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I
I
saw
agree.
her on Dr. Phil the first time because every morning when I'm leaving for work, Lauren is watching Dr. Phil, and sometimes I'll get to where I can't stop watching it either because it's just so interesting.
It's a train wreck.
But
It's great.
dude, she was on there, and that was like 3 months ago now, and I was just like, what in the hell? Like her mom is a part of it. I don't care what anybody says. Her mom is supporting.
Oh, her
this
mom
crap.
hired her an agent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Dude,
And,
she has the best accent I've ever heard.
It's
dude,
like
I'm
it's like
getting a little weirded
Cajun
out by
and-
your obsession with.
Dude, it's so funny. Like the total lack of self-awareness that human being possesses.
Well, I like how
It's impressive to me.
I
Like,
like
how
how-
does she not know that she seems retarded? Like, how does she not know that?
that's the burden for people who aren't stupid. Is stupid people don't know they're stupid. You know?
Right.
We see it.
That's a whole nother level of stupid,
Well,
though.
I did we do live feeds on Scarab Box Mods. Not as much lately because I've been so busy. But
I know.
I do the cash. Oh, do you?
I know.
You don't cash me outside? How about that?
He's gonna cat piss you outside.
Yeah,
I
that's what's happening. Straight cat piss.
But
bro.
I brought that up like one time, and then my Facebook newsfeed filled up with that little girl, and I was like,
Oh,
please.
The
stop.
comments of the live feed right now are "Cash me outside." How about that?
I'm becoming Facebook famous for having said that on my page. It's like Facebook famous in the wrong way. Like, hey, did you see this one? Hey, did you see this one? Man, people get a fucking life.
I think it is me.
And I'm
most people's
sorry.
life now.
I'm sorry for the bajillionth time.
It's all right. It's all right. Well,
Your cat piss ended up tasting okay.
it's all right. For an apology, I'll accept a mini Bertha. That's cool.
Hey,
That's a
and
great.
you know what? I'll accept a blowjob as payment.
Jay.
No, no.
please.
That is Jay's department.
No, no.
That's not my department.
I like how when you get a group of guys
The,
together, eventually somebody talks about making the other guy give a blowjob. Eventually, it's got to happen.
It's bound to happen.
It's called being comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
$20
much.
is $20.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
like
actually
money.
Jay and I were planning on getting a special label made for your bottle of Modoc. It was
You
gonna
didn't
say-
do it?
I didn't have the time, man. This Modoc Frost has absolutely drained me. I've been at the office till midnight for the past 3-4 nights. It's been nuts.
I remember my first beer. Hey, I couldn't help it. Yes, I could, but I didn't want to.
Well, you should have just told me that you didn't have the time. I'd have done it.
I didn't have the time to tell you I didn't have the time.
I would have made the label for you. Just let me know.
Well, he wanted to surprise you with a bottle of Modoc, only it said cat piss instead of Modoc.
Apparently, there's been more than one person that's wanted to try to fuck with me on this trip, and it's like, you know how it is working your ass off constantly every day, and then you have stress of business on top of it, and then people are talking about practical jokes, and it's like, I will kill someone. Like, I'm so tired, I'll probably slit somebody's throat.
You're not going back to Alaska. You're going to prison.
That's okay. It's not that bad.
It's not that okay. Prison. You think Alaska's boring, dude? Prison is fucking boring as shit.
You get free housing, free food, and all the sex you can handle. What's wrong with that? There is one thing there are 3 things there that I don't get right now. 2 of them are free and sex. You know, I gotta pay for my own house and food, and I'm not getting any. So prison's not that bad. Well, except for if it's with somebody like you. I mean,
We'll leave that to you,
the
brother.
funny guy.
Prison's really fucking boring.
Gotta
man.
crack
It is.
jokes while he rubs
It's
the
not
back
as
of your head.
it is not as cool in the Midwest as they make it out to be on TV.
Hey, I watch a lot of NCIS. That place is the bomb.
So boring.
Yeah, but you don't get to hang out in like the office and help them solve crimes.
Right?
You're in like the deleted scene
Right.
that's too hot for TV.
I
You
like
don't
the-
get to go to Mark
No,
Harmon
it's-
like I really like that summer school movie that
It's
you
more
made.
like
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy when Marilyn Manson is having his way with juice. Ugh.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
next subject. So, Club Vape's having a cloud comp today, right?
7 p.m. trick comp first, followed by the cloud comp and raffles throughout the experience.
I'll be vaping hard hitter juices on my Scarab box mod.
I'm sorry.
Vapes, whatever. You're sorry?
Sorry.
Sorry that you're vaping the RX 300.
I am too. I'm
Hey,
real sorry
I'm
about
sorry
it.
I'm vaping a Sigelli 150, but
Yeah, you've got a little worse than me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie
Hey,
either. That's,
I had that like 2
in
years
all,
ago.
in all honesty, though,
I'm
this little
surprised it still
Sigelli
works.
150 works perfect for me.
Dude, they're
That's like
indestructible.
right
I
now.
swear to God.
Yeah,
those
it's a
things are
solid
indestructible.
device. It
That's-
really is. It only goes to 150 watts.
hey, that's when people still are rocking the mullet and they're like, it's a solid haircut. It'll never.
Solid.
It's timeless, man. Shit. Hey, man. Hey.
The rebel flag flying off the back of their truck.
Yeah. Dude, we saw
Waving just like their mullet.
that mullet's a representation of the
Free
truck
bird.
that I would have with a flag on the back if fucking child support didn't take all my goddamn paycheck. That's
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Dude, we saw a truck that had like a 10-foot by 6-foot American flag hanging off the like on a flag pole off the trailer hitch
Is that the one you put on Facebook?
on Instagram.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
That's
that.
excessive.
dude, calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a
America.
danger. That's dangerous. It really is because it blocks people's view and shit. And here's the other thing about it: the flag is tattered and worn because the dude goes down the highway at 90 miles an hour with it on the back, and like you can see it falling apart. And the worst thing is that dude probably doesn't understand how you dispose of a flag, and probably freaks out when people burn them, and doesn't realize that he just did something that requires that flag to be burned and buried.
Right. Hey, but I'd like to give a shout out to FedEx. Oh man, that was a badass guy right there. I'd do the same exact thing.
Right?
You see that military convoy that got in trouble because they had a Trump flag hanging
Yeah, I've
off the
seen
back
that.
Yeah,
of
I've
it
seen that.
because
Yeah.
it broke their protocol or whatever. It's like, what? He just became our president. Like, so you're telling them they can't be excited? That's stupid.
Ridiculous. Speaking of that, hopefully his views on small business come into effect for us.
There,
That's,
the way
that's
he's
the
been
sole
talking.
reason why I voted for the dude was because I know he's all for small business
Right.
and he's all anti-regulation.
And the tariffs he wants to put into affect like the major manufacturers that do like the car industry or the steel industry, stuff, where it's billions of dollars that could be in our country and working on our infrastructure instead of, my first welding job was for building rail cars and barges in Portland, Oregon, and a year later they shipped everything to India because it was a lot
Dude,
cheaper.
the steel industry in the Pacific Northwest used to be one of the best steel industries in the entire world. And like Gerber knives were made in Portland, and they were the best knives.
They
and now
still
they make
have
them
it.
in China.
They still have a plant there.
Right? They don't hardly make anything though.
That's
They-
probably where you buy the $2,000
yeah,
ones.
it is.
You
And,
know?
and like I bought a Gerber Gator for like $40 back when they were made in America, and dude, I shaved with it twice,
Yeah.
like my face.
And you haven't shaved
And I have
since.
not shaved
Yeah, I was
since
gonna say.
because they moved to China. That's why this is my protest. Actually, you know what? I did try at the iHeart Vaping Convention. Ground Zero's making beard oil now. And,
Nice.
And it makes it soft and smell good.
That's one thing I'd say I really like, though, too, especially with a lot of the juice companies, is it's in the U.S. And that's one thing I like about mine is, my mods are made in the U.S. You're not buying smock from China. Keeping stuff in the U.S., and yes, U.S.-made products generally cost more, but you're redistributing that money back into our economy, not another country's economy.
Speaking of shit being made in the U.S. costing more, did you guys see that ridiculous article about what it would cost to make particular items if it comes all over the U.S.? It was
Yeah,
a
like
big
the iPhones. Like
yeah, saying it was like $12,000.
Yeah.
A pair of jeans would be like $340.
Do it.
I'm like, how in the
Then they
world
can
do
raise-
they get these figures?
Then they can raise
Based
minimum
on the-
wage to $15 an hour.
Well, it's based on what the minimum wage is here, and it's based on the regulation and taxes at every level. 'Cause at every level that shit transfers, there's a tax.
But see, what they were basing it on there, like for the jeans specifically or the shoes, was based on how many people are making it. Well, you see, in America, we do things a little differently. It's called automated processing.
Right.
So we have a lot more machines and a lot less humans.
I'd like to get there.
A lot less
That'd be
slave
sweet.
labor. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we buy is cheap because it's basically slave labor in those other countries.
Exactly.
Well,
mean,
look at well.
There's just no way around it.
I'll
You know
complain
what I mean?
about.
Especially if you're poor. There's
Well,
no
I'll
way around
complain about Chinese New Year all day long. They take the whole month of January.
Ain't that
off.
bullshit?
It's like, bitch, I need enclosures.
we get
that
Chris-
shit
we
made.
get Christmas off if we're lucky.
What?
Yeah, we
you
get
got to take Christmas off?
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to crush your dreams.
This is
Well, he's
crap.
got Santa right around the fucking corner.
We
so
actually do have the North Pole, and they dressed it up like Santa Land. So, if you ever want to
That's
go,
gay.
you know what's sad is the North Pole city isn't even the North Pole. The North Pole is in the Arctic Ocean. Like, you can't actually go to the North
Move
Pole.
that bitch.
I
Move
don't
the
think
whole.
you can just move the
Let's
magnetic
just
pole.
ship
Just move it. Just move it.
This is America. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Exactly.
No, I'm sure BP or Conoco.
Get Trump to
one
sign
day
that
will-
executive order.
I'm gonna shave some steps
Yeah.
into the side so that my mullet's got some fucking racing stripes going to it. I'm gonna move that goddamn pole.
And I'm gonna play some Leonard Skinner while I do it.
Free
Jimmy,
bird.
Jimmy Dale has
Yes.
been heavy in this podcast.
Just a little bit.
Jimmy Dale's the redneck character that I do. I never
Okay.
do him on stage.
I don't.
Jimmy Dash Dale.
You've gotta
One
have-
word.
You should do an entire set as Jimmy Dale one day. I think that'd be hilarious.
You gotta let the freak flag fly every once in a while, but you gotta wear a mullet wig when you.
I don't
do it.
have any. I don't have. I
And
mean,
like a.
if I just let my hair grow normally, it's like a mullet. 'Cause
You
it
gotta
doesn't
do like
grow in the front or the top.
you gotta do like a Confederate flag cut off T-shirt. You know, like it's got. You gotta do it spot on. You know, bring your sister as your wife, kind of thing.
Man,
That's very common
I
here.
used to have it
We're in
was a
Kentucky.
Klan shirt that said the original Boys in the Hood. It had cut off sleeves. If I still had that shirt, that'd be perfect for you.
My God.
I would never, ever wear that. I would not even consider it.
Oh my
Man,
God.
I tell you what, I wore it as a joke because I knew I'd get shit for it. But I actually wore it to the flea market one day. Most compliments I've ever gotten on a shirt I've ever worn.
That's how you really know the people around you.
Yeah.
When you wear something totally offensive.
I thought I was gonna get like jumped, but I actually people hugged me and they were like,
Dude,
"You're
it's
so
a fucking
brave."
dirt mall.
Yeah.
That's like when Dave Parrott wore a shirt that says, and mind you, he was in the vape shop working. It said my sexual preference is often, and I was like, bro, that's not like professional for retail. I'm like, women would walk in there and be like, I love that shirt. That's great. And it's like, what the fuck? We got a bunch of freaks around here. That's good.
And you want to move down here? The women up there sound great.
They're missing their teeth and stuff, but
Hey,
I mean,
you ever had a
Welcome
gummy?
to I mean,
Hockey does that to people,
Yeah.
man.
yeah, I'm not going to talk about the Tundra Wookiee, okay?
Tundra Wookie.
That's what
It's got to
called.
stop right there. It's got to stop right there.
All right, we're done.
So there's a comp at Club Vape tonight, 7 p.m.
Yeah,
Trick comp
yeah.
first, raffles throughout.
Hey, and you know what? We're both going to be there. You're going to be there, right?
I've got to record another show at 5, so I'm going to try to get out of here as soon as possible and try to make it out there.
There's going to be quite a few people there.
What time is it now?
Almost 4. I think.
Legitimately, I'm a little scared by how excited some people have expressed that they are to meet me. It's like, okay, am I going to get kidnapped, raped, or killed? I
Yeah, so-
prefer the second one.
So if you've
You
seen
can't rape the willing.
if you've seen the
Exactly.
Scarab Box mods in Club Vape or seen Amber and I or somebody carrying one around and you just aren't comfortable spending that kind of money because they're not cheap and it's just like anything, the cheap stuff ain't good and the good stuff ain't cheap. And you have any questions for the guy that builds them, this would be the perfect opportunity to come out instead of just annoying the piss out of them at 3 in the morning with Facebook messages like people tend to do.
Well, and that's one thing I've done is Amber created that pin post, and people will message me, and it's like, I'm too busy to be corresponding with every customer that's got a question. So read the pin post, please. You know, everybody understands when you're at work, you're at work. You know, it's one of those things where
That doesn't seem to be a thing anymore, though. Seems like everybody at work just is on Facebook at work all day long.
Guilty.
not
But when you run a small business like the one you guys do, I mean, there's no hours to it anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're at work pretty much 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
Unlike
especially
Jerry,
when you
who
work a part-time job on top of it. It sucks. Sucks.
I heard your part-time job is sucking.
Nice. $20 is $20, bro.
That's
yeah,
right.
I ain't gave it $20, $20.
How much
so.
will 100 get me?
This.
I got a Groupon.
Groupon.
A Groupon.
That's awesome.
Well, hey,
I would
folks,
stay away from any prostitute that has a deal with Groupon.
I don't know, man. You get a deal.
It's a high traffic area. The fucking entryways beat to death.
Oh my god.
You know what
Groupon
I
is
mean?
a mess. I actually used it once or twice for some things. Like I don't remember. I need some dress shoes or something, and I found them on there. And then I'm scrolling through. I'm like, dildo, vibrator, blow up doll. I'm like, what are they doing here?
Whoa. Blow up doll?
Yes, yes.
Was it like the realistic doll one or the actual blow?
No, the one you see in Jackass where they're
Oh, okay.
where he's bringing the car back to the dealership
That's
with
awesome.
the blow up dolls buckled in.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
god, there's
that-
a blow up doll. That's a
thing.
legit blow up doll right there.
That thing right there.
How does it feel, bro? I've never
I
tried
mean-
one before.
I wouldn't touch it. That's my personal preference.
I mean, I've never, like,
Piglet.
done anything nasty with it, but
Bullshit.
she my girl.
She's pretty hot. She got a nice little booty on her. You know, it's kind of freaky how small she is, though, dude.
She got cheeks, bro.
how old is
Wow.
she?
Yeah. Or he.
She's legal.
Okay.
It's cool. I actually got her from a Steel Panther concert.
That
Steel
makes
Panther
total
sucks.
sense.
Steel Panther's awesome.
It is, I'm gonna have to agree with him on that. They brought the '80s back.
Yeah.
You know, in full effect.
I love me some Steel
I don't
Panther. I've
understand
seen
why
him like
that's a
5
good thing.
times.
Well, you know, I mean, there was a lot of good things of the '80s, like Magic Johnson and AIDS and cocaine.
Why? I'm uncomfortable. I mean, what is going? I don't know what you've done with this thing. The mouth looks really worn out. Her lips are all brown.
Yeah, why is the mouth brown? So frustrating.
You know, I never really noticed the brown around her mouth.
What a shitty bitch.
Yeah, I think
Tossing some salads.
I don't think I was supposed to be the mouth.
Oh wow.
Wrong piece of plastic.
Okie dokie.
Poop sheet.
All right, folks. That being said, we're going to get the hell out of Dodge here.
Real quick, I want to send
Yeah.
a shout out to Sonny Varga at Sonny's Vape Shops.
Varma.
Varma? Did
Yeah.
I say Varna?
See, Sonny, he can't even get your fucking
I
name
can't
right.
get your name right, but I got Sonny's Vape Shop in Mount Orab. So if you're out in the sticks, go check it out. He's going to be a future guest on this show.
Gonna be.
So there's the commitment to Sonny, who was very displeased at iHeart that I had not asked him. He
He gave us hell over that.
he came up, gave us all kinds of shit for it, and I was like, Jerry's not here, man. You know what I mean? Like Jerry, it's Jerry's show. It's not my show. Yeah, I put it all on you. And then he said, you
It's
guys
okay,
even
you can
said
do
the
that.
name of my shop. But you just said Sonny's. You didn't say it could be Sonny's Garage.
Let's make it clear. Sonny's Vape Shop in Mount Orab, Ohio. Go there, say hi to Sonny, tell him that the podcast sent you, and if he, just do it. Just shut up and do it. How's
Yeah, go
that?
see Sonny. It's worth the drive. It's a cool shop. They got a ton of juice.
It is a cool shop. I don't like to drive. I'm gonna be honest. I went
the
there,
drive-
went
the
there
drive
yesterday,
sucks.
and it pissed me off. And Sonny wasn't even there. So, yeah. Anyways,
You guys want to give me other shout-outs before we get out of here?
Yeah, hashtag fuck Dave's face.
Yes, so much. Yeah, I'll give a shout out, to this beautiful podcast. This is great.
Thanks, man.
you mean
You don't have
Porn
to kiss
dungeon?
my ass to fuck the doll, man.
hard hitter vapes. Jay and Amber definitely, and just like super awesome people that I've been meeting. It's awesome.
We're good people around these parts, man.
You want to get in touch with Scarab? Hit us up on Facebook. Call 5150 Vapes 907-420-0660. We do take payment plans because everybody keeps talking about how expensive they are.
You can buy them in person, have them right in hand at the Club Vape locations.
Yeah, Club Vape is an authorized retailer here in Kentucky. So try them out. If you like, you're gonna love it. That's just how it goes. It's not if you're gonna love it. So that's my.
I'm just
shout-out.
gonna have to go buy one today.
Just do it, bro.
I need to do it.
I mean,
I need to bite the bullet and just fucking do
he
it.
said he'd give you a free 3,000 milliliter of juice if you bought one of the Scarabs.
It's a different kind of
Yeah.
juice.
I'll say, did I hear you
That's
say that?
real cat piss. Like authentic,
I was thinking it came like an ounce at a time.
full of ammonia.
Thick and white.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A couple
It's a mixture.
teaspoons at a time.
Yeah, a couple teaspoons
Hey,
at a time.
it's a good protein supplement. You'll be all right.
It's good for your teeth.
No, they're definitely awesome.
It'll
boxes.
go with that pink shirt.
Lifetime warranty
there you
too.
go.
Lifetime warranty, yeah.
Look,
And-
we're about done here, and Melvin finally joins.
No.
Melvin,
Hey. And
See you later, buddy.
Remember those commercials? There'll be no Melvins on this job. I think it was Gilkey Windows, maybe.
I don't remember that.
how old are you?
It was a local business.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I was
a-
gonna
it's a
say
local
that
thing.
sounds like some old ass shit.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, okay. With that being said, folks, we are going to get out of here. Be sure to stop by Club Vape tonight at 7 o'clock for the Trick Comp in the Cloud Comp. You can win a Scarab. You can win a full line of juice from Hard Hitter Vapes.
Various other prizes.
Yeah,
through
and
the
various
raffles.
other stuff, too. So. No cat piss at all, folks. Hard Hitters is a pretty solid juice company.
people are going to be wondering
Don't
for,
like 'em.
for a while now what the hell
You
that's
have to
about.
rename it to Cat Piss.
No.
Please.
Dude, it barely sells with the name Modoc.
I'll give you a Scarab.
So the new line of cat piss coming
He looked
from,
at the
Hard
bottle
Hitter
like
Vapes.
son of a
Well,
bitch.
coming next week, Cat Piss by Modoc, or Hard Hitters.
It doesn't taste like alien piss.
It really tastes amazing, guys. It's just an inside joke if you haven't watched the live feed that we deleted. And
Thank you.
issued an apology for.
Thank you. You ruined my evening. I'll throw that out there.
Hey, I can make it worse in other ways.
I know.
Well, okay.
It could have been worse.
We're going to get out of here. Club Vape, Mall Road in Florence. Be there 7 o'clock. We'll see you. Vape safe, y'all.